Hello students, today we are going to learn about blood vessels. Blood vessels are one of the components of circulatory system. Our circulatory system consists of blood vessels and heart. Already in the previous class we have discussed about the composition of blood. Today's class I am going to discuss about different types of blood vessels found in our body. What are blood vessels? Blood vessels are the tube-like structures that are present in our body to carry the blood. These tube-like structures, thin tube-like structures, we call them as blood vessels. There are three types of blood vessels. If you see in the diagram given in the first diagram here, red blood vessels are called here arteries, and blue colored blood vessels we call them as veins, and the arteries and veins are connected by narrow blood vessels, we call them as capillaries. So arteries are those blood vessels which carry the oxygenated blood. That means the blood that carries oxygen is called oxygenated blood, except one artery, pulmonary artery. Arteries will carry the oxygenated blood from the heart to all the body parts. Except which artery I said? Pulmonary artery. Except pulmonary artery, all the arteries are carrying oxygenated blood away from the heart to all the body parts. They have thick walls. The second type of blood vessels are called here veins. Veins are those blood vessels which will carry the blood from all the parts of the body to the heart. Veins, remember again, arteries will carry the blood away from the heart and veins will bring the blood towards the heart. All the veins will carry deoxygenated blood. That means the blood which does not contain oxygen but it contains carbon dioxide. Deoxygenated means without oxygen, but it contains carbon dioxide. That blood is carried towards the heart by the veins, except only one kind of vein is there called as pulmonary vein, which will carry the blood that is rich in oxygen. Baki remaining veins will carry the blood rich in carbon dioxide, deoxygenated blood we call, and they have thin walls. They have valves inside them. So what is the function of these valves? They will allow the blood in one direction, that is blood will flow only towards the heart, the blood cannot go back. So function of valves to control the blood flow in one direction, that is towards the heart. What are capillaries? Capillaries are those blood vessels which are very thin, which are very small, and they connect the arteries and veins. Those thin blood vessels are called as capillaries. You can see the capillaries, very minute blood vessels even inside your eyes. If you see in the mirror, you can see some very thin, fine thread-like structures, red colored thread-like structures are found. They are called as capillaries. Their walls are very thin, so they can allow oxygen, nutrients, carbon dioxide and other waste to pass to and from the cells. So you understand, arteries will carry the blood away from the heart, veins will bring the blood towards the heart. All the arteries carry oxygen rich blood except pulmonary artery. All the veins will carry carbon dioxide blood, which is called as deoxygenated blood, except pulmonary veins. And capillaries are very thin blood vessels. Another difference between arteries and veins, you can see arteries have thick walls, veins have thin walls. Arteries are deep seated. If you cut, just you can see in your hand, near the wrist where the skin is somewhat, you can see green tube-like structures on your some parts of the body. Green tube-like structures, we call them as veins. Veins can be seen. They are superficial. Superficial means they are on the surface, but arteries are somewhat deeper inside the body. They cannot be seen so easily. So I can say arteries are deep-seated, veins are superficial. Pulmonary artery carries carbon dioxide blood. Pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood. So this is the difference between arteries and veins, and water capillaries you understood. So we will discuss about the function of these blood vessels when I will be teaching you about function or working of our heart. Thank you, children.